Justin Timberlake reveals Lyme disease diagnosis. Imagine being at the peak of your career, performing in front of thousands of fans, and suddenly realizing that something is seriously wrong with your health. This is the reality that music icon Justin Timberlake recently faced when he revealed his diagnosis with Lyme disease. The news has sparked a wave of support and curiosity from fans and the public alike. But here's where it gets controversial. How much should public figures share about their personal health struggles? And how does it impact their public image? Justin Timberlake, known for his chart-topping hits and dynamic performances, took to Instagram to share his diagnosis with his fans. In a heartfelt post, he reflected on the conclusion of his 2-year Forget Tomorrow world tour, a journey filled with both triumphs and challenges. Timberlake, who is married to actress Jessica Biel and shares 2 sons with her, admitted that he had been hesitant to share his diagnosis. However, he decided to open up in hopes of being more transparent with his fans. If you've experienced this disease or know someone who has, then you're aware. Living with this can be relentlessly debilitating, both mentally and physically, Timberlake wrote. He described the shock of his diagnosis and the personal decision he faced, whether to stop touring or keep going despite the pain. I decided the joy that performing brings me far outweighs the fleeting stress my body was feeling. I'm so glad I kept going, he shared. Lyme disease is a tick-borne infectious disease that, if left untreated, can affect the joints, heart, and nervous system, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Most cases can be effectively treated with a 10 to 14-day course of antibiotics. However, in some cases, prolonged symptoms may persist after treatment, including fatigue, body aches, and difficulty with concentration or memory. This condition is sometimes referred to as post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome, or PTLDS. Timberlake, 44, did not share further details of his diagnosis or treatment. The former NSYNC member launched his Forget Tomorrow world tour in April and performed his final show on Wednesday in Turkey. In February, he canceled his final U.S. show of the tour just hours before he was set to take the stage in Columbus, Ohio, citing the flu. More recently, Timberlake faced criticisms from fans on the European leg of his tour, who accused him of singing too few of his songs live during his performance, and instead calling on the crowd to sing the lyrics. In revealing his Lyme disease diagnosis publicly, Timberlake wrote on social media that he was glad he continued his tour despite the health struggles he faced. Not only did I prove my mental tenacity to myself, but I now have so many special moments with all of you that I will never forget, he wrote. I was reluctant to talk about this because I was always raised to keep something like this to yourself. But I am trying to be more transparent about my struggles so that they aren't misinterpreted. What to know about Lyme disease? Timberlake is not alone in battling Lyme disease, the most common vector-borne disease in the U.S., according to the CDC. Other celebrities who have spoken publicly about their struggles with the disease include comedian Amy Schumer, singers Shania Twain and Justin Bieber, and Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian. The illness, caused by the bacterium Borrelia burgdorferi, is transmitted to humans via tick bites and is more likely to be contracted in the late spring, summer, and fall. In most cases, the tick must be attached to the skin for at least 24 hours before the bacterium can be transmitted. Symptoms appear as soon as 3 days after the tick bite and include fever, headache, and fatigue. Most cases of Lyme disease can be treated with antibiotics over the course of 10 to 14 days. If left untreated, a wide range of symptoms may develop depending on the stage of infection, including fever, rash, facial paralysis, an irregular heartbeat, and arthritis. Lyme disease is most commonly found in the Northeast and Upper Midwest. The CDC recommends preventive measures such as treating your clothes and gear with products containing 0.5% permethrin. They also recommend always doing a tick check after being outside and wearing insect repellent with DEET. ticks can also come into the home through clothing and pets. So the CDC recommends checking pets for ticks and tumble drying clothes on high heat for 10 minutes after coming indoors to kill ticks. If you are ever in a situation where you are bitten by a tick, the CDC recommends tugging gently but firmly near the head of the tick until it is pulled away from the skin. People who are outdoors in areas that may have ticks should also conduct a full body check when they return, including checking under the arms, in and around the ears, inside the belly button, behind the knees, in and around the hair, between the legs, and around the waist, the CDC says. And this is the part most people miss. Lyme disease can be incredibly debilitating, affecting not just physical health, but also mental well-being. It's a reminder that even the strongest among us can face unexpected challenges. So what do you think? Should public figures like Justin Timberlake share their health struggles openly? Or is it better to keep such personal matters private? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.